is called Substantial Man. It's an essay I wrote for postcode.sk. It's subtitled Being Fat and Gay in a Gym Bunny's World. And I suppose, as a preface, since I've been told I am no longer fat, I hope so, I have lost a tremendous amount of weight, probably because of duress. I suppose you'll find out why if you stick to the end of this essay, which is fairly long, so thank you for paying attention. A substantial man being fat and gay in a Gym Bunny's world. There is, to my mind, a gay man's debutante ball, except it's quite DIY. Leisurely at one's pace, coming out can be awkward or beautiful, ostentatious or quiet, but it's a ritual all the same. I was wearing a black t-shirt, I remember, and I was introduced by my best friend, learned in the ways of gay principalities, to the bars, to the clubs, to that district at Tanjong Pagar where men wear tight shorts and hold hands and make out in public, where in 2008 the air was electric with glances exchanged over traffic crossings with top 40s music with a gurgling of men. There was for me a sense of breaking through thresholds between in and out, gay and homosexual, lonely and not, me and you. I'd been gay before 2008 for sure, but that night I started to learn that being gay works for many people in a much more abstract sense than simply loving men. It's an energy, a buzzing, silent nomenclature. In Tanjong Pagar, people spoke in clothing, in hairstyles, in the company they kept, in the glances they gave, in the glances they received. If gayness is a language I've never really been fluent in. I found that this is because it's often a language spoken through bodies, and some bodies negotiate it better than others. In a world composed of images, one body in particular rules over it. It is the gym fit body, that perverse paradigm which so commands the gay imagination. I have a vested interest in saying this, of course. Unlike my otherwise slim friends who complain about their bodies, I've been authentically and traditionally fat. It's being fat which makes me sensitive, perhaps a little oversensitive, to the power gym bodies seem to have over gay men. So what is so arresting about the gym body that no other body can be good enough for gay men? Gay men are obsessed with fat. The fat body occupies a difficult position in a gay sexual marketplace whose dogma is anti-fat. So much of gay life is a massive inquisition against loose mass. What's your weight? Do you play sports? Are you fat? How do I burn belly fat? How do I tighten my chest? Where there is fat, it is sought out, never to fuck with, but stared at intently with unease in the hope that it will disappear. The eye is trained to note where the shirt clings to breast, where love handles spill out, where the face is just one notch too round. Fat makes gay men nervous. I think the problems that come with being fat and gay stem from the gay rather than the fat end of the equation. For many, to be gay is to play a part, to perform a role, to adopt a look, to put on a hat. It's a remarkable collective fabrication of identity, and I think the cult of the gym body has a lot to do with it. This is not to say that every gay man has a gym body, obviously not, but it's enough of a phenomenon in urban gay communities everywhere, Singapore included, that I have begun to wonder what exactly it signifies. Now, there are ways to romanticize the gay body for sure. Some have called it a hearkening to Greek male beauty, invoking heroic poetry etched out in the lines of the tight, sculpted body. Others attribute its place in the gay imagination to a history of resistance against the debilitating effects of HIV and AIDS, bullying, childhood emasculation, the shame of the closet. A few call it the hallmark of a unique gay way of life, an ethics of the self that sets gay men apart from other men. The discipline of the gym, hardship measured out in reps, is like meditation. The machine-hewn body carved out for other male eyes is a symbol of moral excellence and aesthetic perfection. Whatever the attribution, youth, virility, health, care for the self, most people just see it for what it is, sex. The gay male gym body is not the same as the straight male gym body. It is not built for strength, nor for brute machismo. In fact, streamlined and tight in form, the gay gym body is built for the line, the accent, the pornographic potential of the chest, the ass, the arms, the pleasing masculinity of hard abs and firm shoulders. It takes snapshots of virtual bodies that float in the imaginary, porn, movies, Abercrombie and Fitch, and pitches them onto flesh. Maybe The positive valuation of gym bodies comes from the gay community's desire to see itself in specific ways. Maybe, just as men battle against their old selves to acquire the requisite pecs and arms, membership badges, if there ever were any, to some kind of exclusive gay club, so does the gay community build a cult around the tight male form as a way to leave behind qualities it would rather not be associated with. Weakness, effeminacy, invisibility. For the gym body, bulging tightly from under the fabric, calling attention to itself is nothing if not visible. The gym body is the antidote to the closet. And boy, do we rock it. Posters, films, advertisements, nothing worth promoting in gay circles, not even a gay poetry anthology. It seems complete without that body. A placeholder for our collective fixation with whatever it stands for. But the implication of an entire community galvanized by the gym body is that there seems to be something immoral about leaving one's body underdeveloped or undeveloped. It's as if not going to the gym or not working at your body makes you a bad gay. I suppose this is where my fat body begins to develop its negative feelings. Held against whatever it is the gym body represents, could my fatness be read as a sign of my immorality, a lack of discipline, laziness, stupidity? In other words, could my fat body indicate to people that I'm not doing enough to be a respectable ambassador of the gay community? I don't know. There are sanctions though. Not cultivating the body, and in fact letting it loose, being fat for the most part, seems to negate one's sexual potential. It's an easily made observation and it's not difficult to be sensitive. Gay dating portals, and Grindr is most notorious for this, are full of people who want nothing to do with fat guys, or who phrase it more politely, but thus discriminate more generally, gym fit, looking for sale. A gay guy I once met at a party, when I complained to him about my singlehood, looked at me and said, "Oh, honey, it gets better. I had my fat days too." That draws out the territories between unhappiness and happiness. My best friend phrased it to me more simply. Your body has changed over the past 3 years. If you slim down, you'd be closer to the gay market standard. Peer pressure, especially when it comes to sex and fitting in, can be very convincing. I haven't recovered from my hang-ups. I still wish I were lean and tight in the right places, just as much as I wish I could bravely say to guys, if you can't deal with it, you can't deal with it. Earlier this year, when someone I wanted a relationship with rejected me because I was too fat, I wish I could say that I told him to fuck off, instead of attempting to lose the 15 kg he suggested was in excess. I wish all these things, but after a while, the rejection really does suck. No matter how strongly I hang on to my principles that are meant to lessen the hurt, the longing to be normal mingles unpleasantly with the pleasure of personal integrity. My experiences have made me petulant, and this in turn has made me ask a lot of things about gay Singapore. I've asked, for instance, why it is that I experience so much hurt at the hands of other gay men under the naive love, love, joy, joy contract of the rainbow flag. And it's not just me, ask just about any non-Chinese gay man in Singapore and you get a different, probably more colourful account of all the racist gay men who trawl the internet. As a result, I've also asked why it is that I can never say gay community without scared quotes. More recently, I've started to ask whether or not there's a slight embarrassment in presenting this fractious, fractured, damaged community every year at Pink-Dot. Lately, I've come to suspect that it is a transgressive love of flesh more than civic mindedness that's celebrated on those rattan picnic nights. I'm not sure if these are useful questions, nor if there are any answers, but they keep me grounded in a world that actively tries to define my body, my sexuality, and my personhood for and often against me. Despite my disappointment, I'm aware that for all the despair and bitterness of being left out, there is, for others, the extreme pleasure, the delirious joy of being named and of being wanted. This is important. It is the joy of pride, joy of camp, the joy of visibility, representation, liberation, equality, and respectability. This is also a joy that comes at the expense of that which negates or climbs over in order to be seen. For every expression of joy, there is someone shunted out to sea, someone made to feel left out, a kind of mirthless shadow. Recently, for me, this shadow has turned inwards, deeper and deeper. Sometimes the solution is to turn away from the joy of it all, community, and huddle around in this shadow, It's a grumpy, cynical, lonely place, a bit like a closet. But at least it keeps me thinking. It helps me remain who I am. It reminds me of that first promise of coming out, the first flush of wonder at that debutante ball. Thank you.